to understand is what are the other areas aside from the banking and finance sector that are vulnerable to cybersecurity attacks? So hindi lang puro banking and fintech, di ba? Pati mga ibang sectors are vulnerable, sir?
Yes, all other sectors. Wala namang pinipili yan. They choose which is the weakest and then they attack it. Actually, apart from the banking, important din yung health, like yung nangyari sa PhilHealth, important din yung power and utilities.
So, guys, you heard that. The next phase of our advocacy with the DICT is actually to get other sectors to help work on guidelines. Yan. Nabanggit niya ni USEC Jeff noong October 9, health. So that will be an important part of our Health Tech Summit. Also, smart cities are very vulnerable. Ano ba, sir, yung mga other areas that you'd like the private sector to help with?
Ang pinaka-importante sa private sector is that we have an understanding. You trust us to defend you. And yung yung sharing of information. For example, in-announce ko na rin, wala lang dito sa stage, but we also have a information sharing agreement in the works with Microsoft. That is also important because almost everyone here is using Windows 11. So we also have information sharing agreement, private. Of course, we have a lot of information sharing agreement with a lot of governments. Pero importante yung si private. So if you're also, I don't know if you've heard, no? But when we had these issues with hacking, the past weeks, there are a lot of private sectors that approach us and actually assisted us without free of charge. No? Nabanggit na ni Yus kanina, Manviat was one of them. Palo Alto also extended their hand, no? Told us that they can assist. Some other locally funded security groups. So what we're trying to say is, number one, hindi kami, baka inisip mo kami lang sumasagot, we have the private sector at our back and we're very thankful for them. Doon sa response sa PhilHealth, sa PSA, nandiyan yung private sector. So, yun lang. We need more events like this to trust each other. Trust that your government will share information with you, and also trust that your government can handle your information that you share with us. At maganda nga na ibigay ko ng example that we're working with the private sector also. So if you want to work with us, let's form a group. Isang Viber lang, madali na. Sorry, pwede rin Messenger.
Lahat ng nag-sign.
Pwede rin dito. Sorry. Pwede rin Messenger. Isang grupo lang tayo.
Pwede rin WhatsApp.
Pero isang grupo lang tayo, we communicate with each other. Para pag may isang atake, we let them know. You attack all of us will respond. Ganun dapat yung message.
Sige, sir, or we'll organize that. Lahat ng nag-sign dito will be
Sino-sino.
Tapos yung mga pumunta dito noong 19, ang dami pumunta ng 19, we'll add them all. Kasi sabi nga natin, pag pumunta kayo ng DICT, it's as good as you committing to support them. Sir, upskilling is also under your aegis, right? I was just having a chat with John of USAID. How can we address the challenge of upskilling? Kasi sobrang in demand. Lahat sila are all leaving. Grateful nga kami kay Gons, di ba? He's decided to stay on here, but he could be anywhere in the world. Anong pwede natin gawin, sir?
Maganda rin yung binanggit nyo. We have partnerships for upskilling with private groups also. We have Google's certificates or similar to a Google scholarship. No? Yung Google certificates, hindi siya like 2 weeks. Parang 6 na buwan, hindi mo pa pinapasa yung exam. So medyo siya, magandang program siya. Of course, we also have with USA, the partnership with CPIT, and then a lot of other groups, ISC Squared. We have a lot of partnership with ISC Squared with regard to training. We're actually even offering free CISSP review courses for government officials. May tatlo na yata pumasa. Thank you for that. No? Tatlo, apart from me, kasi I take my own sales. We're, alam mo, pagdating sa sphere ng training, hindi tayo sa cybersecurity. Yan talaga yung kulang natin. So kahit na lahat ng private sector mag-offer with us, kulang pa din. Kulang pa rin. We have 2 million government employees. I-train mo lang sila lahat for basic cyber hygiene and awareness. Kulang pa yung mga offerings that are being so we need assistance also from the private sector.
Sir, nabanggit ko nga, even before we met, nabanggit ko kay Sir Gon. Sir Gon, naalala mo when we had our Taco Saturdays, lahat ng CISO at CTO under CSA will give them free access to the Digital Pilipinas Festival at no cost.
Sorry, group pala ni Steph nag-offer din ng blockchain training sa atin for weekend chain, right? So meron ng partnership din.
So all CISOs and CTOs that are endorsed by CSA and DICT, they'll have free access to the festival. Sir, in closing, if there are top 3 concerns that you hope to be able to tackle with the private sector for 2024, what would it be? Top 3.
Top 3. You'll be surprised, hindi one yung cyber. Siguro number 3 yung cyber. Ang first is that we have to bring digital services to every Filipino. So that's where e-gov comes in, that's where connectivity comes in. Yun muna yung priority natin. Of course, number 2, digital literacy. Kasi aanin mo yung connectivity at saka e-governance kung hindi ka literate. And third, secure. So dapat i-secure mo yung binigay mong connectivity and e-governance. So, yun yung third priority yung cybersecurity. Ano yan eh? It goes na yan. Habang lumalaki yung inaabot ng connectivity at saka e-governance, lalaki din yung requirement ng literacy. At habang dumadami yan, habang dumadami yung connected, lalong nagiging highlight yung security or cybersecurity. So, these 3 go on.
First is, from the Digital Pilipinas side, we'll get more of the private sector to support the uptake of the e-gov app to bring the private sector to the government. Second is digital literacy, but this time around per sector. Kasi ang digital literacy ng health, iba sa requirements sa digital literacy ng financial services, ng education. And then last but not the least, then that's we do, sir, yung kinumit namin, guidelines per industry on cybersecurity. Kasi po ngayon lang ay, ang meron lang po ba ay banking and finance. Tama po ba, sir? Ang energy and power. Thank you. Maraming salamat, guys. And I know you'd like to hear more from the private sector and their commitments to palakpakan po natin si Sec Ivan, si Miss Apple, Sir Marcel, at si Yusuf Jeff. Maraming salamat. Okay, maraming salamat. There's no such thing as last. We will, sabi, ito namang last natin, no, we will have, if you would allow it, we will have more activities here. Sabi nga nila, many of them, sir, first time nila nagpunta sa UP, first time nila nagpunta ng DICT.
Salamat.
Maraming salamat. Thank you, everyone.